All right, guys. What is going on, everybody? We've got the GSA Season 2 of the Celeste 80% League. We've got Programmatic versus Msushi here. The double face cam this time around. Ayo. I'm joined alongside by Zojalix. How you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good. Throat's a little dry from commentating all day, but you know what? That's fine. I'm ready for a great race here between Msushi and Programmatic.
Now, you've been commentating pretty much like every race today, but you guys can see the standings on the screen.
Well, not anymore.
I got the standings on the screen. Rodash, Fledervy, Millet, and Marlin securing wins today. They've got 2 races left. So we'll see who can end up with some wins.
Yeah, we've got Programmatic, who I think was a qualifier for this season. Didn't play last season. And then we have Msushi coming in as a veteran runner, taking 2nd place last season. Definitely looking to see if he wants to make a repeat for that. As you know, he comes back and he's yawning on screen. Very good, Msushi, knowing how to work the camera there. So it'll looks like both runners are getting ready to get started. I think both of them are keyboard players. So really, I think that's one of the really cool things about Celeste is when you look at it, some runners will be running with a controller and other runners will be going with a keyboard. So that's really cool to see how it's literally just a matter of personal preference, and it's not like you have to play this certain way to be good.
Yeah, absolutely. You just do what works best for you. And with that, we are starting things off now. Got some prologue. Programmatic going to be taking a little bit of time to skip the cutscene, taking some deep breaths before the race.
So probably going to be looking at an early sync here from the restreamers. Again, you know, both of these runners showing that, again, they're really good runners. Programmatic making it through the qualifiers. Msushi being able to finish 2nd, Season 1. Actually played very well in the top 4 at the end of the season. Also himself being one of the few runners that achieves a 27. So it'll be really interesting to see if he's able to continue to bring his time down, as the time for any percent has continued to just drop throughout these last few months.
Yeah, with there being a couple minutes that separates Programmatic and Sushi, you know, Programmatic knows that he's going to have to go for all the strats that save time, while at the same time kind of gauging how much they want to gear towards consistency, because, you know, you want to just not die and give the time to Sushi.
Definitely. As we looked in the last race, you know, it was Millet had 17 deaths, and then Black Pair had 38. And that definitely is what gave Millet the victory there. So it'll be really interesting to see how this all pans out again, to see if Programmatic just goes for what he's comfortable with to try and go for the win. And oh, what? Msushi kind of stumbling. Oh my goodness. What a backup. Holy cow.
Yeah, saving it with the neutral jumps. No stamina required.
Oh my goodness. Not only he loses stamina there, but is able to just bounce off the wall and continue to climb his way back up. Holy cow. Giving the camera a little smile. He knows exactly what he did. And still able to come out of city with the lead. Holy cow.
About like a half-second lead on that, man.
Yeah, definitely very, very impressive start there. Msushi just not giving Programmatic any room to say, to take the lead. As, again, wow, what a backup there from him.
I'm sure that'll be one of many this race.
Oh, definitely. Msushi, one thing that he was known for is I remember seeing at pace just the amount of times that Msushi was able to just improv his way out of a mistake and continue to only lose like a fraction of a second because of his improv, versus just knowing that he messed something up and retrying to just go immediately into trying the strat again. And so, like, as much as that's probably not the preferred method from Msushi, still very much something you have to look towards, as improv is going to be something that comes up huge while racing. both runners now in their battle-in section with in the battle-in chase. Msushi playing it very clean, Programmatic right on his tail. Again, you know, the battle-in section, a section of high adrenaline, and sometimes the slightest mistakes can cause some major issues. Msushi making it through the longest screen of the battle-in fight. Programmatic right behind him. He's going to be making it through as well. As we enter the awake section, it is some of the most technically challenging movement. Again, there's no risk of dying here in the awake section, but it is still super tough because you can get tripped up for quite a bit while you move through.
Yeah, and since you're chaining a bunch of momentum here, you know, if you kill that momentum, you're definitely going to be losing a second or two, depending on the mistake.
Msushi missing a corner boost there, and that... Oh, and the early cutscene skip to lose about another second. Just Msushi noticing what he does, but continues to just kind of smile it off. A 330 finish for Msushi. Programmatic finishing up with a 332. There's just high focus on his face right now.
And, you know, we've been seeing so many early cutscene skips so far. All the runners just trying to get as many frames as they can out of the level.
Yeah, I'm sure that a lot of it, too, just comes down to nerves, because suddenly now we're in week 1 of the league. Msushi having a season under his belt, but Programmatic only really having the qualifiers as his sort of competitive experience there. And so that will come into play, as nerves are going to be a huge factor for how you play through this match. Quick shout out to EBM9 for those 400 bits. Thank you so much for supporting GSA and all that they do.
Yeah, thanks. All right, so both runners having you know, decent starts to their resort. See if Sushi's gonna nail the corner boost. There we go. I love that one.
Some of these corner boosts just look so good, and these runners make them look so easy. But I can definitely tell you that they are not.
Yeah, very precise. Oh, I love how Programmatic keeps their dash after hitting that first first coin to just dash straight to the second one. I love that strat.
Very impressive there from Programmatic. I love seeing just a massive sigh of relief as he gets through the first section. Definitely just seeing the focus from both of these runners as they hone into everything that they are doing, letting all of their muscle memory take over as much as they can. Oh, and Msushi taking a death there, kind of overshoots. I think he went for he got an accidental corner boost there and ended up getting tripped up on the wall there, which caused him to die.
So he hits the button at 520.
520. Still looking at a lead over Programmatic here, but it is not that big of a lead.
I don't know if you saw that, but Programmatic had a very cool setup into that spike jump where they hyper dashed into the room. I didn't know you could hit the lineup that way. That is really sick.
That's, yeah, really cool. See, that's one of those, you know, those minute things that not everybody is going to catch, that these runners do that are so precise, but they make them look so easy. But all of these runners have put in thousands upon... Oh, okay.
Dude, Programmatic is just like barely dodging these dust bunnies.
He's getting so close. Holy cow. Very solid play. Msushi, you know, despite having the one death, is still able to maintain a lead. But both of these runners, you can see just like with all of their small tricks, Msushi with his improv, Programmatic with barely missing these dust bunnies, you know, just seeing how all of the training and practice that goes into it, not just the mechanical and physical side of playing Celeste, but also just the mental, the way that you have to keep your cool throughout everything is so impressive from these runners, especially as they go in from just the regular PB grind where the only thing that they care about is themselves in their PB attempts. But when they're going up in the competitive side, it's so much more stressful.
Yeah, racing mentality is definitely a beast in itself. Sushi getting a nice first try demo dash, all right.
Very well done from him. Programmatic now coming up right behind. Msushi did opt for the checkpoint, So that will give a potential of a couple of seconds, but Programmatic understanding that he doesn't want to risk anything. He's getting the gamer lean going, and he's able to get it first try. Nice job from Programmatic. I love just like how he leans in closer to his screen
The
to get
gamer lean.
most of the pixels as he can. I mean, everything gets so much more intense as a gamer the moment you lean forward.
Dude, we are gaming. Alright. Alright, Oshiro section. So she's about to finish it up, going into the last screen of the Oshiro section now.
Oh, very clean from him. Programmatic now coming in right behind, only a couple of segments left. Looking at a 7:51 finish for Msushi. And now Programmatic looking at about a 10-second deficit. Well, actually more like probably closer to 15 seconds. Actually, probably closer to 20, actually. Oh, no! And Programmatic takes a death in the last room, and he ties again. That is such a huge time loss there. That is not at all what you want to see if you're Programmatic, and he's kind of stumbling there, having to take a little bit of a reset on the Oshiro cycle before he starts moving again. Oh, Programmatic, stop cutting it so close. Oh, my goodness.
The sigh of relief. Finally making it out of chapter 3.
8:24. We've got about a 34-second lead from Msushi right now as he comes up on the Archie. Very well done from him.
Doesn't get his dash back.
Becoming such an iconic strat as Celeste's favorite bird. Gets his own strat named after him, and now Programmatic trying to come up, making up some ground. He's got a lot of ground to make up in this race. But there's still so much left.
They've still got about like 20 minutes left of game.
Yeah. Oh, Programmatic having to take another death there. Golden Ridge definitely being one of the tougher chapters as there's so many new mechanics that all just come in at once.
Yeah, Sushi's having a really clean chapter 4 so far.
Yeah, definitely. Very well done. I think, actually, I got to give a shout out to both of these. I mean, I'm not sure how old Programmatic is, but he definitely looks like he's on the younger side. So, definitely really impressive to see top level runners at such a young age coming out. Super cool to see how these guys just come through and show their mechanical skill, even with these other runners who've been speedrunning games in general for so long, but are able to keep up with them despite not being in the scene as long. And it is really cool to see.
Yeah, they're absolutely killing it. I think we're getting confirmation Programmatic is 21, but
21. Oh wow, he looks a lot younger than that.
Yeah, they're absolutely killing it.
Again, still very impressive. Uh-oh, I'm a little scared.
I'm just laughing at chat right now.
I was gonna say I'm a little scared to look at chat. She's 11.
Alright, Programmatic going for a nice ultra dash onto that block to, you know, skip that little auto scroller section. Oh, the spikes.
Okay, definitely playing it really closer. Both of these runners, Sushi definitely closing out his Golden Ridge with a 10:33, a 2:40. That's actually about tied with the fastest time that we saw from Chai Kitty in the first race. So very, very impressive. Now with Programmatic coming out behind him, still at quite a deficit, but again, not out of the race just yet. Sushi, you're not out of the race until your opponent's won, so you just gotta keep pushing, keep going, yeah, especially with the points on the line.
Yeah, I was gonna say, we've seen the kind of nerfs that can come out during summer, or summit, let's call it summer.
Summer.
Yeah, out of summer.
So yeah, Programmatic is going to be finishing up here still. He's looking at like about 40-ish seconds behind. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. Msushi kind of stumbling a bit on the dev's corner boost there. only gets about half of it, but still very clean. Programmatic kind of taking a deep breath as he moves in. He looks a little bit frustrated right now, but you know what? The race isn't over yet. He can still keep going. Msushi now entering the cassette room 4-5A.
Gonna be going for this very quick. Oh, unfortunately missing the fastest
kinda
cycle, but
stumbles a bit. Okay, and at 11:45, he's able to grab the cassette. Msushi taking a sigh of relief himself too, and probably also a deep breath of nerves as he knows that 5B is coming up, one of the hardest segments of the game. Very precise, very challenging.
Yo, oh, Programmatic getting the soft lock. Trying to save some time with that cutscene skip optimization, accidentally spawns inside the stone. Msushi was actually able to get that. Stoked to see both runners go for it.
Yeah, it's really cool. I actually didn't know that was a thing. When was that discovered?
It's been known for a while, but people are more in, like, and when I say a while, honestly, I think people have known about it for like a year, but like, haven't seen like so many people going for it until recently.
Okay. Msushi giving a nod at the camera as he finishes up Bub's drop, getting it on his first attempt. Good job to see that. Oh, Programmatic dying in the cassette room. We're looking at, he's gonna be about a minute down from Msushi, just short of a minute here. That's real rough here to go in this race. Programmatic just needs to take a deep breath, keep going. The race isn't over. But Msushi having a very, very commanding lead. Programmatic looks like he's making some adjustments here before he jumps in to 5B, taking a breath, stretching out a little bit, shaking off the nerves. Again, it's week 1. Oh, and Msushi takes a fall on the descent in chapter 5. That's real rough. Oh no, and he dashes down into the spikes.
He's going for the angle dash strats, man. Oh, dude. So risky.
All right, Programmatic now coming up on Bub's drop himself. Oh no, Msushi misses the coin with the Seeker. Has to take a little bit of extra time. Programmatic now on Bub's drop. Taking it slow, and he's got it. Nice job, Programmatic.
I believe Programmatic
extra time.
No, I'm sorry. I believe he uses a music cue to set that up. I think he pauses and then waits for a certain beat so that he knows when he has to time the jump.
Okay. Well done from him. Oh, and he takes another death right there. Msushi now. Oh no. Programmatic kind of struggling now after Bub's drop, but it looks like he's able to make it through. And Msushi now entering the Seeker Gauntlet. Not hitting the button with his dash, but just kind of accepting the fact that the Seeker was able to hit it there. Programmatic now kind of struggling a little bit frustrated with how this run has been going for him. Msushi now in the cassette room, kind of struggling a little bit. Able to carry it through though. Nice improv. Msushi kind of shaking out himself. He looks just keeping the smiling face. Almost goes back into chapter 5, but still finishing up here. Got, again, a very commanding lead over Programmatic here. Very, very impressive from Msushi.
See if Msushi can get a first try leg skip.
Leg skip kind of showing up to be a little bit of a hiccup for the runners. It kind of like for a while there was just sort of not really anything you really saw people miss, but I've seen a lot more people miss it recently than we did see in season 1.
Yeah, it's weird. It could be something you're so consistent at, but then all of a sudden you're in a race and you're on the spot and you miss it once and then you miss it twice and then, you know, it could be a cascading thing, but, you know, these runners can keep their cool and get it first try.
Definitely, yeah. And Msushi, as we saw, is able to get it first try. Programmatic making his way through the gauntlet, looking to try and finish up this 5B. Only a little bit of time. Oh, kind of taking a little bit of a slower approach on the cassette room, but is able to get Theo through, and at 15:42, it finishes up. He's got a lot of ground to make up. Seeing the frustration come through in Programmatic, but still, again, the nerves are probably still just skyrocketing.
But you know, chapters 6 and 7 are the longest in the game, so...
They are, yeah. So definitely, even still, things can happen. A race is never over until both members have crossed the finish line.
But right now, Sushi is giving little to no opportunities for Programmatic, and Sushi's having a pretty good chapter 6 so far.
Yeah. I don't know if Sushi knows how far ahead he is, but even still, the farther you can get ahead and the more you can beat your opponent, the more points you're able to snag.
And Programmatic opting for consistency here to skip the like skip. They're not going to waste any time.
I definitely can respect that if you've been struggling with the lake skip recently, to just take what you can, not take any unnecessary risks.
And just do whatever you can to get yourself through the screens.
Yep. And Sushi now on the dev skips, able to nail them very cleanly.
Alrighty, Sushi preparing the battle and boost here.
And Programmatic taking a little bit of a death there. Probably went a little bit too fast, flung into the spikes. I wasn't really paying attention as I was watching Msushi doing battle and boost. But still, Programmatic trying to find whatever way that he can just to try and make up some ground.
Oh, Sushi actually taking a death. I think that may have been the first death of the chapter here.
Programmatic hitting quite a few ultras there. Very impressive. And Sushi now moving his way through the battle and fight. Oh, Programmatic using the bumper to send him to his death and kind of getting a little bit tripped up by this bumper there. Those bumpers, honestly, they're my least favorite part of the game.
Oh, this room when you're off. I was gonna say this room when you're off cycle is a nightmare, but Programmatic was able to get through.
Programmatic and Msushi taking a death. And Sushi kind of freaking out a little bit. Not really sure what these deaths are from.
It's so Programmatic going for bottom route here. Where Sushi went for top route. Oh no! Taking the bonk! The feather bonk.
The feather bonks can be so rough. Oh no! And he flips himself on to the spike again. Oh no! Programmatic. He is struggling so hard right now.
Making it through though.
Oh, able to make it through. Msushi looking to finish up round 1 of the battle and fight here. Again, Msushi just taking more and more more and more of the lead here. As we go to continue this race, Msushi only has a little bit left of the battle and fight, as Programmatic hasn't even entered it yet.
Programmatic approaching the devastating skips here. Let's see how they approach. Gonna opt to take the checkpoint here. I actually really like that because, you know, it doesn't waste a whole lot of time to go around the left there to get the checkpoint. And, you know, you guarantee the consistency for the race.
Definitely. And that's something that, especially right now, Programmatic needs to if he wants to make up some time, he either needs to pull out all the stops or just play it safe and hope and pray that Msushi makes mistakes that will allow him to snag some points. As I talk about Msushi making mistakes, he goes ahead, takes a death there in the second to last room in the battle and fight. I'm not sure where he took the death, but if you do it late enough, that can be really, really punishing.
It was actually within the first second, so luckily it wasn't
not that punishing.
Yeah, not the most unfortunate death, but you know, Sushi definitely didn't want to see it.
Oh yeah, you never want to see those deaths come through, no matter who you are.
Alright, Sushi finishing up the battle and fight. Gonna level up here in the double dashes. And we'll see what time he finishes out this chapter 6.
Alright, so looking at about a 2047 coming through for, or no, 2049, 2050. Eventually, I will figure out how these time stuff works for these chapters. If it's a 2051, eventually I'll figure out how these times work.
Yeah.
All right,
it's a little bit longer than you expect.
Yeah, it is a little bit longer. So now Msushi into the summit, looking to wrap up his race here in the next 10 minutes, where Programmatic still looking at finishing up his battle and fight. Is he? No, he's not quite on the second round. So still a lot of time to make up here. Msushi, again, playing very commandingly. This is a great start that you want to have if you're Msushi, but if you're Programmatic, he's got a lot he's got to clean up. Definitely chapter 5. He played pretty solid up until about chapter 5. He really kind of stumbled there, and chapters 4, 5, and 6, he really has to look at cleaning up here as he looks to continue in the league.
Oh wow, doing a reverse hyper off of that.
Wow.
I mean, it's pretty much the same as just doing a normal hyper, but that looked really cool.
Yeah, that did look really cool to see. And oh, not able to make the little ball laser cycle there as he has to take a death. As he now is entering the second to last room of the fight, trying to wrap it up here as soon as possible.
So yeah, Sushi having a couple-minute lead going into chapter 7. Now gonna have to have something pretty detrimental happen to sway the lead, but no, I guess anything can happen in Summit.
That it can. Right now, the ball is very much in Msushi's court, where he just has to close it out, play it clean. If I don't know, like I said, I don't know if Msushi knows where he's at in the race, if he knows he's got a lead or not. But at this point, it might just be better just opt for the safe play, close it out, finish up the race. He doesn't need to go for anything fancy at this point. Even if Programmatic plays it really cleanly, as long as Msushi just keeps his cool, plays it well, he can still snag a lot of points. And so that is definitely something that Msushi might be looking for, or he might look to just put the nail in the coffin as much as possible.
The Sushi approaching the Ultra Dash room. We got a lot of Ultra Dashes.
Yeah, very clean from Sushi there. Programmatic now make... Oh! Sushi with the death. I feel like every time I say very clean from Msushi, he dies. So I should probably just stop saying that. And maybe Sushi will stop dying.
Yeah, your commentator's curse is on point, man. Very on point. But alright, Programmatic hopping into the 500-meter section. Now gonna be doing some wall bounces up top. Gonna go over to the zipper block, do a nice... Oh, no, trying to grab it. Do a nice ultra into the room to grab the zipper block faster and then reverse off of it. Okay.
Now continuing to make his way through, doing the downward dash to get onto the block. Playing it. Oh! Wait. Oh, no, there was a diagonal dash. I thought he wall bounced off the spike, and I was gonna be like, excuse me?
Yeah, doing that diagonal dash makes it so you have less air time before you hit the wooden platform.
Yep. Oops, Sushi's kind of tripping up there, but it's able to... Alright, I don't know if that was a trip up, because right now he's in the only auto-scroller in the game.
Might just be swagging on it.
Probably. Msushi is definitely somebody who could take some swag. Who definitely would be the one to bring out the swag strats.
Oh, yeah. Alrighty, approaching the final room of 2,000. Programmatic is blazing through 1,000
Yeah.
meter. This dream block movement. Can be seeing lots of hyper dashes out of the dream block.
Oh, that's such a
Actually-
cool mechanic.
Okay. I wasn't sure if Programmatic was going to opt to just be doing double jumps out. Because actually mixing it up, you know, you're seeing a combination of using 2 jump buttons to get 2 jumps off when you leave certain dream blocks. And then also doing hyper dashes out of the dream blocks, which is a very tight window. And, you know, instead of getting the hyper dash, you can just get a downward dash straight into spikes. And, yeah, it's not fun. Oh, barely hitting that Dust Bunny cycle.
Another death. Oh, kind of struggling there. Msushi getting his key skip nice and clean. Programmatic kind of showing some struggle here. Ooh, Msushi struggling a little bit on Thread the Needle. Was able to get it on his 3rd try, but does lose a couple of seconds there. But the doors will be skipped for Msushi as he moves into the final room of 2,500, looking to close out his win here. Programmatic now trying to do whatever he can to catch up.
Alright, Sushi about to begin the final 30. Programmatic's going to be entering in the 2,000 meter. Oh yeah, well, watching Sushi's reactions to the, you know, just they're not even like bad mishaps, just the most minor of things, like, and you get like the biggest reactions out.
Yeah, and Msushi is a very eccentric guy, and he's one who lives for the camera, I would say.
Dude, and he wants all those frames, man, and if he ain't getting them, you're gonna see it.
Oh yeah. But definitely going back to some clips from Pace, you know, seeing Msushi messing around with the camera, interacting with the crowd, and just, you know, having a ton of fun with it. And I think just his personality really fits. And he does a really good job not only at playing well, but also just he's got a great, all of the runners too that I've seen, who just have great personalities. And honestly, one of the biggest things that I praise for in speedrunning is just the amount of just support, fun that comes along, even with the competition and all of the Programmatic taking a death there.
Having no momentum off of that block for some reason. That was very strange.
That was very strange.
But yeah, Celeste community is great, man. You know, hanging out with everybody, whether it be at Pace or you know, other gaming events. You know, a bunch of awesome people.
Ooh, Msushi struggling a little bit on flag 13. Takes a couple of deaths, but is able to make it through now. Programmatic now entering 2,500. Msushi only has a little bit left to the run. Probably going to be looking at a low 29 for him. Definitely some things to iron out for Msushi. Despite having the commanding lead, he still has a lot of things that he's going to have to clean up going into next week and into the rest of the season. Programmatic now continuing to make his way through 2,500. He's got Thread the Needle coming up, and he's able to get it. Sushi struggling a little bit on that, but Programmatic able to clean that up. And now the doors will be skipped for Programmatic. He's looking to close out 2,500 here and make his way into the final stretch of the summit. Sushi now entering flag 1. Oh! Programmatic taking a death. You hate to see it.
And it's all... Oh, I'm sorry. I was just gonna say, it's all gonna come down to the fact that Programmatic needs to finish within 5 minutes to be getting some points. But, yo, GG's to Sushi for clutching that out. That was a low 29.
Yeah, yeah. Probably a low 29. Definitely a good way. Oh.
Yeah, sub 30s in the races, man. Always impressive.
Yeah, sub 30s are great to see. 29-27 coming from Sushi. 17 deaths. again, like I said, Sushi, despite being a top runner, taking second place, he still has some things that he's got to iron out. Right now, he's looking at he's looking at probably the 4th fastest time of the night right now. And so, definitely things to iron out for all runners, though. Nobody, we're not going to see a perfect run from anybody. But still, Programmatic taking a death there on flag 20. Only has a little bit left as he now enters updraft. Definitely for me, my least favorite part of Summit is downdraft. Just the struggle that can be seen there and the way that it's so hard to move and everything just pushes you down. And so the amount of precision that has to be there is so much more.
Yeah, like downdraft seems like super restrictive with your movement. Once you like really learn how to chain the entire section with wall bounces, wall bounces are what really get you flying through that section, and it's a really cool section to optimize.
Yeah, it is, and to be able to see the way that it's progressed throughout these year-ish that Celeste has been released has just been actually really cool to see. And now Programmatic looking to wrap up Sushi?
Sushi coming in with the style.
Swag Sushi now, bringing in the sunglasses. All right. I can respect that, you won the race. Get the swag going.
Here, hold up. Davis swag. There we go.
Oh, nice. Flashing the emotes, trying to self-plug Dave. Come on.
Dude, he had to bring out the shades. But alright, we got Programmatic flag 3. See how they can finish out. We're gonna get a nice angle dash. Ooh! Okay, missing the bunny hop, but recovers.
Alright, so Programmatic looking to close this out. On flag 1, he will be snagging some points. Able to finish up about 2 minutes and 15 seconds behind Msushi. So congrats on Msushi for taking the win. I think we're going to be pulling both of them in for interviews. Not sure. Wait and see what we get from our restreamers. Oh, and we've got Msushi in here already.
Hey.
Hey.
Yo.
GG's on the win, Msushi, and sunglasses question mark.
They're here. I don't know what to tell you. Love them or hate them.
Hey.
And we are joined by Programmatic now.
Yo, GG's Prog.
Thanks. Wasn't great, but guess.
Yeah. So Sushi, I'm gonna start with you. That improv on City, what exactly happened there?
Sometimes you just miss a dash and you just got a neutral wall jump over and over and over and over and wait for it and wait for it and over again.
Which room was this?
The second room in Chasm. I missed the wooden platform. Yeah.
You were just way below it.
It's not something that happens often, but it happens.
Yeah, and I mean, very, very impressive backup there in improv. That was really cool to see. Programmatic, you in chapter 3, you were getting dangerously close to those dust bunnies. Were you nervous at all for this race?
I mean, it was against Sushi, so I mean, I wasn't gonna try super hard in this case, but this definitely isn't a great sign of races to come. I have like 3 weeks before the actual close matchups happen, and I definitely need to improve by then.
All right. Yeah. Well, would you say that like just the race nerves in general played a factor into your performance today, or would that?
I don't think so. This is about as good as I've been doing lately. I've recently made the switch to playing with VSync off, and it's been both. It's both helped and hurt me. because like it's the controls are a lot more responsive now, but I'm also getting a lot of like frame rate issues, and this is my first time ever playing with webcam on, but it might also be my last because my frame rate was really suffering this race.
Okay.
So in future races, or at least in my races against Fish and Flavor, I'll probably have it off.
Okay, yeah, definitely. Don't want to have the game running as smoothly as possible, and that can really be a struggle for you. Again, so actually looking at the schedule here. So next week, Sushi, you are going up against Psyched. How you feeling about that race?
I'm excited. Psych's a respectable runner for sure, and I always have fun playing with him, whether it's against him or with him. So I'm looking forward to that,
Okay. Yeah, and then Programmatic, you're going up against Melee next week. How you feeling about that one?
It's probably going to be about the same situation. Like like I said, there are only really two people that I can compete with, and for the most part, it's just pretty much I'm treating them as practice runs.
Okay.
So I'm more racing myself than the other player. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. Just figuring out the ways that you can improve. And you know what? When it comes down to it, just do what you can do to continue to improve, continue to get better. But again, GG's to both runners. Dave, I don't know if you have any other questions for these guys.
No, I think you guys pretty much hit it on the head there.
All right, so runners, do you guys have anything that you have to say before we go to intermission?
Shout out Archie.
Yeah, that. Yeah, shout out Archie. Can't forget that.
Of course. All right, GG's to both runners. So we've got one more race for you guys tonight. We've got Psyched versus TGH here to close us out for the night. So we're going to go ahead and toss it over to intermission, and in about 5 minutes, we will come back to you guys with the last run of the day. Again, GG's to both runners.
Thank
and
you.
We'll see you guys later.
All right. Bye.